10 seconds remain. This is not a metaphor and this is not drama. Heaven has begun a countdown, and a blessing with your name on it is suspended between approval and erasure. Do not blink. Do not scroll. Do not treat this moment lightly. You are not reading this by accident. You were pulled into this exact second because something sacred is trying to land in your life, and timing is everything right now. A divine check, not of paper but of promise, is hovering in the spiritual realm with your name sealed in golden ink. It carries favor, provision, restoration, and repayment for what you endured in silence. Archangel Michael stands at the gate holding it, but even angels must obey divine order. That check has a timestamp. The seal is beginning to fade. Heaven is watching to see if you will recognize this moment or let it slip away like so many others before. My child, my beloved, listen with your spirit, not your ears. God saw you when no one else did. He saw the loneliness you carried quietly. He saw the nights you prayed without words, the faith you held while others mocked it, the hope you protected like a flickering candle in a storm. This blessing was prepared because of those moments. It was never meant for anyone else. I was sent to speak not to your eyes, but to the ache you hide behind your strength. You asked for one sign, just one confirmation that something would finally turn in your favor. This is that sign. Not next month. Not someday. Now. In this exact breath. What you have been waiting for is not approaching, it is already here, waiting for your consent to cross over. Before this moment passes, hear this clearly. Heaven responds to alignment. Even pausing to receive this message is not small. It is a signal. When you choose to stay present instead of distracted, when you choose faith over doubt, something shifts in the unseen. The spiritual realm treats that choice as permission to release what has been held back by delay. What you do in this second matters. If you ignore it, the blessing cools and the ink dries. If you receive it, even silently in your heart, the seal reignites and your name is illuminated again. Heaven is not forcing anything on you. This is an offering, not a demand. But it is time-sensitive, and the window is narrow. You have been so close before. You have stood at the edge of breakthrough and watched it pass, wondering later what you missed. That cycle ends here. This moment is a rescue from delay, from the curse of almost, from watching others receive what you prayed for through tears. But rescue requires response. Heaven will not override your will. So stay. Breathe. Let your heart open instead of overthinking. What you are feeling right now is not imagination. It is destiny pressing close. Heaven has paused to see what you will choose next. And if you say yes, even with trembling faith, something that has been frozen for years will begin to move again. Now understand what is happening behind the veil, because this is not only about a blessing, it is about a decision being weighed in the unseen. There is a spiritual courtroom in motion, and your name is being spoken aloud. Forces have tried to argue against you, whispering that you are not ready, not consistent, not worthy enough. But those voices are losing power. Archangel Michael has stood and defended what you carried through faith, tears, and endurance, and now the room has gone quiet. This silence is not absence. It is judgment. Heaven is waiting for your response, not tomorrow, not later, but now. The blessing has already been approved, but approval alone does not release it. Consent does. Heaven does not force what must be chosen. That is why this moment feels intense, almost heavy. You are standing at the intersection where belief either activates movement or hesitation causes delay. The check with your name is not about money alone. It represents favor returning, dignity restored, and compensation for every season where you were overlooked, misunderstood, or pushed aside. It is divine acknowledgement that what you endured was seen and counted. God was not ignoring you. He was gathering evidence. Every tear, every quiet prayer, every step taken in faith was recorded. You may feel fear rising now, the old voice saying, "What if this isn't real?" That voice is not truth. It is memory. It is the echo of past disappointments trying to protect you from hoping again. But protection can become a prison if you let it. This moment is asking you to trust not your history, but the presence you feel right now. The enemy knows the weight of what is being released, and that is why distraction is pressing in. Thoughts pulling you away, doubts questioning the timing, the urge to delay just a little longer. This is not random. It is resistance. When something is about to move, opposition grows louder. Do not mistake resistance for a sign to stop. Often, it is confirmation that you are close. Heaven responds to bold surrender, not perfect faith. You do not need certainty. You need willingness. Even a quiet yes, even a trembling agreement in your heart, is enough to reignite the seal. The moment belief aligns, the spiritual record shifts. What was frozen begins to thaw. What was held back begins to move. You have waited long enough wondering if your time would ever come. This moment is not asking you to perform or prove anything. It is asking you to receive. The door you kept knocking on has already been unlocked. The delay was never about denial. It was about preparation, strengthening you to carry what is coming without being crushed by it. So choose now. Not with fear, not with pressure, but with truth. What you feel stirring in your chest is real. Heaven has leaned in close, watching your response. And when you choose belief over hesitation, the record will not be erased. It will be sealed, released, and set into motion. Now you are standing at the final turning point, where everything depends on what you do with this moment. The countdown is almost complete, and heaven is watching not with anger, but with anticipation. This is not a threat, it is an invitation. What is being offered to you is too sacred to be forced. It must be received willingly, with an open heart and a steady spirit. When you say yes, something immediate happens in the unseen. The seal locks in place. The ink no longer fades. The check is released from hovering into motion. Angels move, paths realign, and what was delayed for years begins to accelerate. You may not see it instantly with your physical eyes, but you will feel it. A lightness, a shift, a quiet knowing that something irreversible has just been set in motion. This blessing does not arrive alone. It brings reversal. What was meant to drain you will now sustain you. What was taken from you in silence will return with increase. Shame will lift, confusion will settle, and clarity will replace the noise. This is not a temporary relief. This is a change in status, a divine correction that touches not just one area of your life, but the direction of it. Do not be surprised if evidence begins to appear quickly. A message, an opportunity, unexpected favor, or news you were not prepared to hear. Heaven moves fast once permission is granted. What felt stuck will begin to respond. What felt closed will loosen. You will recognize it not by shock, but by alignment. Things will start to make sense in a way they never did before. You may also notice a shift within yourself. Old fears will lose their grip. The voice that told you to shrink will grow quiet. Confidence will rise, not loud or arrogant, but steady and grounded. This is what happens when divine approval replaces human opinion. You will no longer feel the need to chase what is meant to come to you. Remember this moment, because it marks a line between who you were and who you are becoming. The seasons of almost, of waiting, of wondering if you were forgotten, end here. You were never overlooked. You were being prepared for a blessing that required strength, humility, and endurance. Now that preparation is complete. So stay open. Stay receptive. Let what has been released settle into your life without rushing or fear. Speak gratitude, even before you see the full result. That gratitude seals the flow. And as you move forward, know this with certainty, you did not miss your moment. You answered it. And because you did, everything that follows will unfold with purpose, favor, and divine timing.